So it just registers.
Yeah, but obviously, the proposal from one country technically more advanced and more more reliable,
Right.
with the more guarantee.
Right.
It could be more the guarantee, but the result is not following that aspect.
Right. Right. But that's not unique, right? So the same thing happened in Indonesia with the high speed rail project. So
so is that the things is that just due to the lack of the effort in putting some specification prior to opening that tender.
right.
It may be, but it's not all caused by this.
Exactly, because this kind of opportunistic behavior seems to be happening everywhere. So China is making a proposal that may work, it may not work, but I mean, if it doesn't work, then who lives then? Who worries then, right? So basically, we say, okay, well, we take your offer and we put 50% on top of it, same price. It may not work, but well, okay, we will fix it then, right? So it doesn't really matter. So it looks good on paper; it's a superior bid, but in the end, you might end up in tears because whatever. So then the question is, how can you expose this kind of behavior or put in penalties into the tender process? That's okay. That will make sure that the Chinese side will be less inclined towards this opportunistic bidding than.
But actually, they are paying the price every day. They're paying the penalty. Based on the condition of the contract.
Fantastic.
So even
so they're also losing.
Huh?
So they're also losing.
They're also losing in this project, but they're gaining more in some other aspect.
Well, yeah, okay, because basically, I mean, they need a control system. So in the end, the control system needs to be supplied. So, well, since they already put everything else in, then maybe they can sell the control system at a premium price to cover for the losses that they're paying in penalties. I don't know. So you need to get on board, otherwise you're not doing business anyway.
Yeah. So I think what happened on this project is what Chinese was successful to deal with the local government is they successfully convinced them of their approach,
right.
which is more opportunistic.
Right.
Opportunistic.
Right.
But it can be the policy if we determine to negotiate to trying to convince the local the government.
Right, but then the question
even with
is
the concept of opposite one,
right,
like Japanese and not the other country.
So yeah, we will cut that last part out. But like we already discussed here, like okay, but Japan is more conservative when it comes into selling their technology. They are more prone to testing. They don't want to take any risk. It needs to be 100% waterproof before they're going to put it in. Is it actually in the DNA of some countries' business attitude to actually be more opportunistic in their bidding, which means really giving more trust to people on the ground to wheel and deal and negotiate and convince the local authorities to actually choose for the other country's bid instead of for the China's bid. It seems like, especially when it comes to tenders, etc., China will win them all because they have just a different attitude towards risk and what is acceptable. They know that if they don't win the project, there will never any money will be made. So they'd rather take a hit in the beginning, be on board, and then compensate it later on with everything that they will not deliver in the first project that they can supply in the next.
Okay, this is actually Chinese people is comparing Japanese. Japanese not concerned about conservative. Issue is the Chinese is they have very good relationship and communication style with their client.
Mm.
This is the major their winning point. Okay, compared with Japanese.
Mm.
Japanese are worrying up too much, and they cannot make communication with local partners well.
Mm.
This is big problems.
Mm.
So that even if they fail the project, they don't care. They try to make an effort whatever customer want.
Mm.
So this kind of attitude is different from us.
Mm.
So what is the background of their attitude is like Sun Tzu, like 36 stratagem, like Confucius. So this is very heavy cultural background do they have. That's the reason why they are very rich people in Asia Pacific, and in Indonesia 90% of market they own. The reason is they're sticking to it.
Mm.
So they never give up.
Yeah, so this means the Chinese in other project could be successful even with the approach of selling high quality more than Japanese.
Not
So
high
this is
quality.
how-
No, not high quality.
So if they want, and if they will see this is the convincing the point in the local situation, then they might even be able to sell it with high quality more than the Japanese any other countries. So they can, I think they can even do it.
They are more reliable.
Mm.
Okay,
In the communication and relationship.
Yeah, their
Terms of
communication
relationship.
style is better than us.
But how can you how can you build a relationship if you cannot decide anything? That's the point. If I'm, as a Westerner, if I'm a businessman, if I'm a businessman and I'm negotiating a project, I talk with person A, who is ready and willing to actually look at my business case and is willing to make concessions in order to fulfill my business needs. And I negotiate with person B, who says, okay, I've heard what you said, and I will come back to you in 3 weeks with our counter proposal. It's completely different. I don't put any trust in the person who is just an empty vessel, basically bringing the message back to Tokyo, and then communicating that back to me. So that person I cannot respect, even though maybe on a personal level I know what under which circumstances this person has to work. But the thing is that if we don't give those people on the ground the power to actually listen and really try to be creative and work and actually give the other side, me as a customer, the idea that they've heard me and they understand me and they're willing to do something for me, without simply being an empty vessel, but somebody who you can look into the eyes and say, okay, let's do this, and then the other person can shake your hand on it and say, yeah, let's do this, because ultimately it's person to person business. So I really think that this is where, okay, Uno-san asked this quite frequently. So why do people not respect Japanese? I think this is one of the problems.
Exactly. Just you consider for the TTP or FTA, just Trump to ask for Mr. Abe and Trump for the Xi Jinping. What's the difference? Major difference between of those people and the Chinese government or Chinese people under the table, they have a lot of negotiation and talking with each other. And also Macron, the French president, visited the United States to communicate with Trump regarding Iran. And he said he'll going to change whatever you want, he said to Trump. And ballistic missiles, ask them to stop to make it. And also need to consider for some terrorist support. Sort of things, France is more flexible to negotiate with Trump. And consider for Japan. Okay, Japan is what their reaction is. I've never seen it. Kind of, more close contact, but okay, just what our approach is. Okay, we're going to reduce your deficit. That's all. But what kind of action you're going to take? No action. This isはい、皆さんこんにちは、雲野です。今日はですね、雲野塾の研修のプログラムをご紹介したいと思います。で、こういうふうなホームページありますけれども、ぜひですね、一度中身をご覧になっていただきたいと思います。今日は VCube さんのスタジオに来て、この収録をしておりますので、中身はこういうふうになってて、今最近ホットなね、グローバルリーダーの定義など書いてあります。で、特に経団連が作成しました、留学すれば英語ができて専門性を持つというだけではですね、グローバルリーダーになれないとここに書いてありますようにですね、仕事ができる専門性を持つ英語ができるだけじゃなくてですね、私どもの塾ではリベラルアーツということ、それからもう一つは孫子の兵を、さらにはですね、日本の歴史というものを合わせて教えることによって皆さんが海外の欧米の方々と、もしくは華僑圏の方々と正々堂々と渡り合えるような人物を育成しようというふうなことを考えています。ここに次のスライドが出ておりますけれども、ここに書いてありますのはですね、さらに、私どもの雲野塾の中身につきましてはですね、欧米の資料しか使っておりません。また実際に雲野塾は英語でやっておりますので、英語の講師がこう話しておりますけど、学習はですね、日本の歴史をまだ教えてますので、学習の午後はですね、日本のプログラムをしております。で、以前はこれ有料だったので、今はですね、実際に会場費も取っていただいておりませんで、毎回5000円ということで、朝9時から午後5時までやっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんですね、ご検討の上ご参加いただければと。英語のできない方もですね、学習の午後こういうふうな研修をしておりますので、ぜひご参加いただければというふうに思っておりますので、よろしくお願いします。で、ここにさらにですね、グループ討議とか実務の勘どころを教えると書いてありますけど、実際には私が10年ほどですね、欧米の新聞とか雑誌等をですね、集めてきた、もともと英語のベースでございますので、そうしたものをですね、50セッションのテーマに分けて資料を作成しております。そういうことで、世界のオペレーション、もしくはカントリーリスクも含めてですね、しかも世界のトップの方々に対してもいろいろな分析とか洞察をしてですね、議論をしております。そういったことも含めてですね、今後ともよろしくお願いしたいと思います。以上で私の挨拶を終えますが、今回のこのビデオの収録にあたってはですね、VCube さんのスタジオをお借りしてですね、お時間を頂戴して、このビデオを作成させていただきました。よろしくお願いします。どうもありがとうございました。